Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Hopefully there'll be some on that can come on today. So welcome back. This is Jonna with Jonna's Journey. And yes, it's Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving, and yeah, ate plenty of turkey. Did all the things. So now just home in my relaxing clothes, and I have been crocheting a little bit on the baby blanket that I'm trying to get done. Uh, Luna's going nuts because, of course, she's feeling a lot better right now, so that's good. And yeah, I just thought I'd come on for a little bit. Didn't know if there'd be anybody that didn't really have anything going on tonight. That now that I'm home and I'm up by myself because everybody has to work tomorrow but me since I'm retired. So, everybody else is, well, Sam is still out. Uh, Whitney's in bed and I'm up. So, but anyway, so just thought I'd hang out for a little bit, crochet a little bit on the baby blanket that I'm getting that is a special order. And as long as Luna doesn't go totally crazy. So, she keeps thinking that she wants out a billion times. Oh my gosh! Lenora? I didn't know. I didn't think you'd be on here. Hey, I gotta drive home. Give 30 minutes and I'll join in. Yes! I'm surprised that you caught me. I figured you'd be busy. So, but yes, I'll be here. I'll be here. So yeah. Anyway, safe travels. Be careful. And I'll see ya after a while. Um, but yeah, now of course Luna's gonna think that she wants out, and she's already been out and doing her thing. So anyway, do you really think you need out again? Do you need to go potty? Well, I guess I'm gonna let her go potty real quick, and then I will be right back. Sorry. Okay, stay where I can see you. I am so glad and very thankful that she is feeling better, but oh my gosh. Yeah. She's definitely been taking advantage of going outside, and which I don't blame her. I don't blame her because she wasn't feeling the greatest, and so. But no, I'm working on a baby blanket. It's an order that I received here a couple weeks ago, and I've been crocheting a square here and there in between all my other stuff to get ready for market. So it's just a real simple, and I have one, two, three, four colors, and then the linen color on the outside. So it's just, kind of incorporating all the colors, just making them all different. So I've been working on that. I've gotten all the pink centered ones. I think all of the different variations of the pink done. So next up is the blue. So, and the blue and the green are very, very similar because originally they had requested kind of a turquoise color, but they decided for a pale green. So, which I think is very pretty, and I think it will turn out really pretty. So, yeah, just have a series of different colors of those. And it is a super easy pattern. Um, it's nothing too hard. It's a granny square. So, and it is one that I found online that I'm kind of following, but I've kind of been doing my own thing a little bit with it too. So, So has everyone enjoyed their Thanksgiving? Hope Hopefully you have. Hopefully you got to spend it with people, the important people in your life, family, friends, whatever. I wanted to wait until a little bit later to get on just in case people were, getting home and stuff. And I was watching one of my shows too, real quick. So it's one that I don't see very often, but I wanted to watch it tonight for whatever reason. So, but watched it, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. One more. It's 16 double crochets in a magic ring is what I start out with. And then I do the invisible join, which, oh my gosh, it makes it so much nicer with the invisible join, because whenever you do that, it's like you literally can't tell it. And I am going ahead and cutting mine off and not joining in the rounds because it just looks better, I think. And you don't have all of the colors kind of intermingling as much. So I've done a blue and a yellow. So I'll do a blue and a green and a yellow. Oh, she's out there barking. There must be, well, I know what it probably is. It's probably deer because it's deer season. So deer are all over the place, so it wouldn't surprise me. But she doesn't need to be out there messing too much because of her injury. And knowing her, she is. Luna, come on! Thank you. Good girl. Get you a cookie. Okay. Okay, hopefully she will be good for a little while. I'm going to check and make sure that coming through okay too, because sometimes I have issues. We've been having technical difficulties, so okay, I think we're going to be all right. I think we're going to be all right. So I've got the 16 of the double crochet and the magic ring, and I've switched my color, and now I'm doing a puff stitch. But I'm just doing 3 of the stitches and then pulling them all together for the puff stitch. So, hello, Aussie. Haven't seen you in a while. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you've had a great day yourself. I have been so busy I haven't had time to come on. Well, I understand that. I understand that. And I had to refresh my communication stuff because, it's one of those nights, I guess. I have been so busy with trios and my kids' school. Every time I see you go live, I can't join because I am too busy. Well, and that's perfectly all right. You're here now, so glad that you popped in tonight. And glad that everything's good and it's just, busy, fun life stuff. I need 16 of the post stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So one more puff stitch. It was very stressful making all the food and everyone, but it worked out and we had a great day. Yeah, that is part of it. Just getting everything ready is always kind of part of it. Then, kind of like Christmas, it's over in a flash, It just goes fast. And I'll attach my yellow. Luna, what are you doing? You need water? Okay, I need to go get her some water. There you go. Oh, this is the best time to get my crochet things back out and finish some things. Yep. Absolutely. get my camera, whatever, figured out. As long as it doesn't come flying out of the stand like it did the other day, we'll be alright. Or get disconnected or whatever. So far, so good. I think for the most part, we've got the technical difficulties all under control, maybe, but we'll see. I was able to go on the other evening, or come on the other day, I guess, and did all right then. So oh, your Christmas gifts? Yeah. What all are you making for Christmas gifts? And see how close those colors are, kind of? Yeah, they're so similar that it's almost hard to tell the difference. Now I'm going to switch to my linen color, and all the colors that I'm using are, um, I love this yarn that I get at Hobby Lobby. The only ones that are different are the pink and the blue, and they are the Yarn Bee. I got 2 blankets, stuffed animals for all the kiddos, and some hats. So a lot of stuff, but I'm almost done with the blankets. Oh, awesome. Awesome, Aussie. Oh shoot, what am I doing? This is border, my border color. So yeah, you have plenty to keep you busy. The only thing right now that I have, um, that I know for sure I'm giving as a Christmas is that I have a triceratops that I'm trying to make. So I have one that someone ordered, and then I was going to make one for my grandson. So, and he's 3, so I was gonna try to get that made for him. Other than that, I didn't really have anything else too much that I was making, but I may change my mind. I don't know. It just depends. I keep asking everybody for their list, but I've not gotten very far. My one son requested a jersey, which he always does, and I said if that's what he's wanting me to get, that's probably all he's gonna get, because usually the jerseys that he requests are sky high, unless I find a really good deal somewhere. Um, but I actually haven't even looked for it yet, so I don't even know if I'm gonna find anything. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. all the younger kids on my cousin's side making all of their favorite animals, but it's so hard to make an octopus for one of them. Oh. Well, if they're kind of all getting their favorite animal, that'll be all right. I have to have an octopus, horse, dog, and a baby blanket, but it will be worth it. They will love them. Oh, yeah, they will absolutely love them. They will absolutely love them. Working on granny squares for a baby blanket. Trying to work on a few at a time. I got quite a few done earlier while I was watching football and a little bit of TV. So, but yeah, they're going to be all different colors. These are just a few of what I've already kind of gotten done. Just I'm working on the blue centers now. I got all of the pink centers. Now I'm working on the blue. So. So there's that one. Lulu, what are you doing over there? Okay, so let's see. Green, green about. Blue. I got to run. Glad I got to stop in. I will try ours to join in on the next few lives. Have a great night. You too, Aussie. Thanks for stopping in. You have a great night. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Thank you, and happy Thanksgiving to you too. Oh, I'm getting all tangled up. Hello? How are you, Liliana? I hope I pronounced that right. Green. Two, three, my goodness, Lou. Sound like you're cracking your teeth over there. She's going nuts over there with that bone. Switch to my pink. Whoops. Well, hello, Chosen. How are you? You're all good in the woods. Okay. Well, that's good. That's good to know. A nice, relaxing day, I hope. Are you having troubles over there, sister? You having troubles? Well, yeah, my hair's brown. And no, I had it down today to try to be presentable, and now it's just kind of all over the place. But, you know, yeah. So. Okay, Lenora, that was a speedy trip. Well, I guess I have been on here for about a little over half an hour, so. Mr. Froggy. You'll have. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Right now, I'm working on a granny square. It looks like a circle, but Mr. Froggy. The frogs that I was working on? The frogs I sewed? Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let me remember where I put them. Oh. Well, these were the most recent ones I did, but I had another version that I did before, but I don't know that you were here then. But this is my lime green one. He's a little bit smaller. I haven't got the mouth on him yet, but I think they're kind of cute for little people. And then this one, his eye. No, that's right. And my other green one, don't have the mouth on him yet either. So yeah, those are the two that I've gotten done so far. I mean, I made, I think, 2 each of these. So I thought for being pretty simple, they didn't turn out too bad. They were kind of cute. No, you just came in. We're not going back out. No, you just came in. What, to make them croak? Yeah. Well, what year was it? It's probably been about 3 years ago, maybe. And we're supposed to be going to some friend's house for a Christmas party. and they always have a theme every year. So that year's theme was you pick a movie and you go dressed as the movie. Well, we were going to go as National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and I was going to go as the, what was she, kind of the, they called her the crazy aunt or whatever she was with the cat, you know, the jello mold and all that. And so I had found one of those little voice box things. It was just like one of those real thin whatever for meowing like a cat. Oh my gosh, it was so funny because I had it in a box sitting in the kitchen the day that I got it, and my son came home and I had set it. Because I thought, well, I'm going to see if anybody just really notices it or whatever. And it was so funny because Sam, he was like, he just kept standing there in the kitchen and he just kept looking around. He was like, "Do you hear a cat?" He was like, "Where's that cat?" And so he's like looking around and everything, looking outside. It was hilarious. Sounded just like a cat. So yeah, they do have them. So that's kind of a cute idea. Never thought about it. I'll have to look it up. I'm sure, you know, if they're out there for croaking sounds, Amazon will have it. So, but we ended up not getting to go that year because the husband of the couple that was hosting it ended up getting really sick. So we didn't end up getting to go. And I bought a dress, like one of her dresses that she kind of wore and all that kind of stuff. It was going to be so fun. I had it all planned out, but we didn't get to do it. So I still have all my stuff to do that. So one of these days, maybe we'll have another theme party or something at some point. Reminds me of when people used to knock under their desk to trick the teacher to keep checking the hallway to see who is at the door. Right? I was just getting ready to ask you, Chosen, did you do anything fun today at all? But you say today was a day, so did you have a bad day? I hope not. Hello, guy. Okay, got another one done. Blue, green, pink. Oh, oh no. Okay, that's right. I saw my nephew who can walk now, but besides Thanksgiving is always just gonna be a Thanksgiving. That's how I see it. Well, I mean, make the most of it, I guess, and spend it with the people that you care about the most, I guess. I mean, so. Because believe me, not all my Thanksgivings have been great, but again, I try to make the most of it. So blue and green, blue and green. Okay, there's blue and green. Blue and green. Blue and pink. Boy, was I glad to see you come on. I haven't got to work on anything today. I'm telling you what, Lenora, I have felt the same way. I have felt the same way. And I went to the Y and worked out this morning. My brother and sister in law, they were supposed to let me know if they were going this morning. So I was up at like 4 o'clock and I thought, I'm going back to sleep. I stayed up for about an hour, or stayed awake. I stayed in bed reading and whatever. And so about 4 o'clock, between 4:30 and 5, I kind of dozed off again. Ended up getting up. Whitney had gotten up, didn't know he had. Usually I know if he did, but um, got up, got some coffee, and I thought, well, maybe I'll get a hold of him. Well, time went, and I was scrolling on my phone, just messing around and looking at Pinterest, doing all the things. And all of a sudden, my brother texts me at 7 o'clock. Where are you at? LOL. We're at the Y. And I'm like, nobody ever told me. Nobody texts me nothing. So anyway, it was like, you didn't text me. You didn't say nothing. So I was like, okay, I'm getting dressed because I'm only like 6 minutes away. Because it's a little bitty town where our Y is at anyway. And so I went ahead and I went and worked out it. And by the time I got there, it was 7:15. So, you know what? At least I went. At least I went. And it was on Thanksgiving. So, I get on the way home, I'm feeling great. Feeling great, feeling really good. And then, for whatever reason, my anxiety was just kicking in, and I do not know why. Don't have a clue why. But then I got to thinking, I'd had way too much coffee. I didn't eat the greatest yesterday, and I had not been drinking my water. So I got over it. I got past it. Went to my mom and dad's. Did fine. So, and now I'm here. And it's because I was out of my routine. And usually, if I start to feel like I feel that I may be starting to get some anxiety or anxious or whatever, then I can always pick up my crochet and just knock it out. Because usually I don't, I just really don't have it anymore. I really don't. So why it was trying to get me today, I don't know. Have no clue. Don't know. I wasn't happy about it, but I stopped it. So, and here we are. And I'm getting to crochet and chat with my people. And I really do need to get these granny squares done. Because I've just been working on them every now and then. I'll sit and maybe crochet one or two, and you know, but so tonight I've got quite a few done. Actually, I was sitting working on them before I even came on the live. While I was watching, the Cowboys actually won. Couldn't believe it. And so I was watching that, tail end of that, whenever we got home, and then started watching another show for a little bit. And so I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and go live. Sam is not here to hog it. So I was like, I'm going to try it at least until maybe he gets home. So yes, Lenore, I'm trying to get in the habit again. Trying to get in the habit again because I used to work out every day, and it's what helped me to lose all my weight to begin with, along with some other stuff. But um, then just life, and what happened, and everything, and then I just got out of the habit. And where I used to work, there was a workout place right next door, and that's where I used to go every day. And totally got out of the habit. It was totally on me. totally on me. So it's like, nope, I have time now. I have plenty of time. And my brother and his wife, they have a membership there too, and no reason why. So then I have some buddies to work out with. So it's a blue, pink, yellow. I gotta go. I kinda hope it snows. See you later, Madam So. Oh, that kind of you're a poet. You're a poet and didn't know it. Okay, well, you have a great night. Tomorrow's a new day. So thanks for popping in and saying hi. And I don't know, we were supposed to maybe get some snow here, but not now, I don't think. I think that's already done past. So it's supposed to be cold though. So, but yeah, where you're at, you may be more likely to get it. You gotta make it rhyme, or I can't leave. It did rhyme. I said it. I repeated it back, and I was like, "You're a poet," and didn't know it. Sorry, I didn't make it rhyme as good as you wanted me to. I tried. Hello. I'm actually surprised that Sam isn't home yet because I figured he'd be home by now, unless he had friends that he was meeting after or something. Because he was about to fall asleep at Grandma's house when we left. It looked like I was glitching there for a minute, but maybe not. Have you seen where they took the granny square chicken and made it a turkey? No, I have not yet. Oh my gosh, I have a big old patch right there where my hair's. It's probably been like that all day. No, I had not seen that yet, which I'm surprised. Because I've been kind of going through Pinterest and patterns and stuff today a little bit. Well, and even before today, but I'll have to go and look that up. Oh, yeah, please do. Send it, yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't seen it though. I really am with everything, you know, that I'm always looking up and stuff. And okay, so green, green. Oh my gosh, I thought Whitney was getting over his cold, but he sounds just as bad as what he did. Oh my gosh, trying to decide what colors I want to put these all in is about to drive me crazy. Because I only have 4 colors, and then I have the um, linen color. So, another just yellow one. Yes, I do. The yellow green. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 2 more. Green, green, pink, green, pink. Yellow pink. You wouldn't think it'd be that hard to figure out, but my brain isn't, yeah, taking taking its sweet time trying to figure it out. The neighbors brought their family over. Now I can't sleep. Picking out colors is a chore. Supposed to be up in a few hours for Black Friday shopping. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do the Black Friday shopping. And yeah, Lenore, you think it wouldn't be that bad, but you know, whenever you have limited colors, it's blue, yellow. I'm trying to hit up Target for some steals. Well, you know, if there was a Target around me, it would be great. But the nearest Target to me is over an hour away. So whenever I go north with the kids, me and Gray usually make a Target trip at some point, a lot of times, just so I can see what they got. And after you make so many, your brain starts saying, nope, not doing it. Yes, Lenora, that is right. I live in SA, so everything is close by, including everyone else. Oh my gosh. This, Jonah, get a grip. I may have to step on people to get to good stuff. Oh my gosh. I remember that there was one year I went, what was it? It was the day after Christmas. I went with my mom and dad, and this was like, oh, 10 years ago probably. And I thought, okay, I'll go. We went in the Hallmark store, and my mom is all about the Hallmark, like ornaments and all that kind of stuff. And I remember she was like, okay, now you go this way, your dad can go this way, I'm going down the middle. She was like, just go in, just go in. And I'm like, I'm not going in, because oh my gosh, whenever you put me in something like that, I'm not like super duper competitive, but if I find something and she's asked me to go for it and go in, I'm not guaranteed what I'm going to do or say. So anyway, oh my gosh, it was so funny because it was like a knockdown drag out. Knockdown drag out. I mean, arms and hands a flying and ornaments going everywhere. And I was like, I'm out. I'm out. I told her, I said, don't ever ask me to do that again. Don't ever. There's nothing that I need that bad. There is nothing that I need that bad at all. So that was the first and last time that I went the day after Christmas shopping. Now my sister and her girls and my cousin, I have cousins, and they love going like Thanksgiving, the Black Friday and all that, but I thought all that craziness died off a few years ago. Well, that was a few years ago. That was like 10 years ago. I don't know that I don't want to revisit it, so I just don't go. I haven't went for years. So I don't know. It probably has calmed down, but that was like 10 years ago. So I'm trying to mentally prepare myself, but my neighbors are so loud I can't sleep. I feel like I'm about to go to war in a few hours. Yes, I hope you're right too, Lenore, because I don't know. I've not been in the battlefields of the Black Friday and after Christmas shopping for quite some time. So you can give us an update, Master. See? You can give us an update. You can let us know how it was. I just choose to be in the comfort of my own home. I've already kind of looked a little bit on Amazon, and I did order some stuff off of Shine. Or Shein, Shine, whatever you want to call it. So that's as far as I've gotten with anything. And I've not had any luck on getting any Christmas lists. So, except for my son and his jersey, and that's it. So they may be getting coal. That might be what they get, is some coal. I will definitely let everyone know how it goes if you don't ever hear from me again. Well, I'm sure you can make out how it went. I am working on granny squares. It looks like a circle right now, but it's for a baby blanket that I have an order for CJ. I know around here the sales have gotten to where they haven't been having the really good deals. The kids have even lost interest in going, and that used to be a big thing for them. Yeah, I just was never crazy about the whole any of that shopping. What we used to always do was me and my sister and my mom and my sister-in-law would always just go, take a day and go Christmas shopping. But I've never been one to do like the other, like the other stuff. So, and two, I have boys, I don't have girls. So, you make amigurumi, CJ? Cool. They have some cute stuff. Lenora does a lot of the plushy, stuffies, amigurumi stuff. Working on a granny square baby blanket order that I have to get out. I'd be on standby in case they found something that might be a good Christmas gift, or if they found Christmas PJs. Yep. I think I hear Sam coming in, so I don't know. I may get booted off. I was gonna. I wondered if you fell asleep. You were about to fall asleep when I left.
My stomach hurting where I was freaking passed out and everything, and woke up and I was holding it in and everything. I literally overstepped myself, and I absolutely had to puke. Like I had to. Like I absolutely had to. I overstuffed myself.
Okay,
like I could feel it in
you were sitting on the couch.
But yeah, I was also stretched out with my stomach though.
And that's what I told you, that I didn't want to hear about the moaning and groaning and
no, I was fine. Cause full pain doesn't hurt like empty pain. Empty pain hurts bad. Full pain, I can manage. Like being full feels different from just having an empty stomach and vomiting. Because there's
the times that you say though that it's from eating too much is why you said that's why I made that comment.
Not eating and drinking enough.
Okay. Well.
But regardless.
So what'd you do? Was you leaving Grandma's leave her a deposit or what?
Technically, yeah, you don't have to word it like that, but I cleaned it up. Cleaned everything up. I mean, it's not like it splashed everywhere or anything like that, but still.
So you were in the house?
Yes.
I thought you meant when you were like on your way out or whatever. Oh my gosh. Well, oh my gosh, the stories. Okay, it's returned.
Thanksgiving's meant to be.
Yeah, Lenore's reminding you, your mom is live. Oh, hello, Chosen. Welcome back. Haha, he sounds like my son. Is he asking for more Thanksgiving food? Oh, Lordy, no, he's not. Sam, your mother is live. Haha. Oh my gosh, he's killing me. Oh, I know. He's not afraid to say whatever. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Because I told him whenever he was eating, I don't want to hear it. And
did it anyways.
He did it anyways, just like he said. Oh gosh. Well, and the thing is, he's not used to eating as much,
More.
and because he used to be able to pack it away, but he was also a lot heavier, a lot bigger kid then too, and so anyway, whenever he tries to eat like he used to, he can't do that, you know. It's kind of hard to do that. So he's suburban white trash. Oh, that's not nice. Whoever said that, that is not nice. And no, nobody is that. So.
It's too bad we don't live in the suburbans.
No. They're talking about that they got called suburban white trash today.
I was gonna say I thought someone was calling you that. I was
like, no. They were saying they got called that.
Yeah, no.
And I was like, that's not nice.
No.
And that's what I was saying. I didn't like it for them.
Definitely not.
It was your mom's friend. Well, being a little, were they being just like a little sassy or what? I mean, my son said he was wearing maternity wearing maternity pants next time, like Joey on the show Friends. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Oh, that's hilarious. And Sam is pretty tall. He's like right at 6 foot or a little taller than 6 foot. And then now, and he's lost all that weight. So it's like, oh boy. It's like, you gotta slow down. You gotta pace yourself, man. Saying I didn't know anything about the city. Well, it's just words. So unless you agree, just keep moving forward. And yeah, that's just the thing. You're right, Chosen. It is just words, you know. But words can still hurt, and whenever they're put out there, it's hard. You know, you can't really take them back either. So, but yeah, you do need to just keep moving forward and not let it get you. She's always had it out for me, because whenever I was little, I caught her stealing and turned her in. Oh, well, see. That's what it is. It's all on her. It's all on them, not you. It's because they knew they were, you know. It's just one of those things. So yeah, you just have to, like Chosen said, just keep moving on. And be the best version of yourself you can be. Hello. Thanks, I feel so much better now. Well, I truly hope you do feel better, because I mean, it's just whenever people are like that, it's on them, you know? It's on them.
You've already had one today.
She's early this morning. She can have another one, but
You're gonna get chubby. No, you're gonna get chubby.
well, she's still worried about what she. I mean, we never had her at the vet the other day.
Her winter weight's more towards 60, so. And it's getting there. So she'll be climbing around this afternoon. Everybody don't want to hear you. Everybody don't want to hear you.
Jonah, are you okay? I don't know how this is possible, but your heart is the that right there, yes. My grandpa actually made that. And it's a mirror with like little key things around it, so I made coffee when I came in and have yet to get a cup because I was excited to work on something. I would normally have me some coffee, but after the way I was feeling earlier today and drinking too much coffee, don't think it's probably a good idea. Although it sounds very good right now. Why a mirror though? It's kind of small. It was my grandpa. He made it, and just what he chose to do. I mean, he was ahead of his time on a lot of stuff, so it was just, whatever he felt like doing.
Very creative.
And I agree, it's a very small mirror and you can hardly see anything, but it's just what he chose to do. So, and I just left it that way. So he's been gone for, oh gosh, he passed away in the 80s. Yeah. He was very good at what he did. I mean, he made a lot. I have a lot of his stuff.
Yeah, I know. This one's easier though. You like to cheat. Yeah, this one's easier and you know it. You like to cheat.
Back then, you do what you felt like doing. I like that. Yeah, he did. I mean, he didn't have a pattern for anything, and I remember these little these little round, and I think he may have had a pattern for this, but he kind of did his own thing with it. They made a lot of stuff up with small mirrors back then. Yeah, they did. Keep Sam from coffee, or he'll have to leave you a deposit. Yeah, I know. But anyway, it was this little round disc, and he made it out of wood, and it had a handle on it, and it had chickens. And he painted all the chickens, and they were attached with like fishing line, I think is what it was. And then it had where he painted like food on it, and so whenever you would like spin it around, the chickens would peck the board like they were eating. And it was the coolest, cutest thing. And I mean, yeah, just something different. And I mean, he sold I don't know how many of those things because he'd set up at like markets, and places like the mall and stuff like that. Whenever they started doing all of that stuff in the 80s, more so. And yeah, he just had fun with it. And I don't have one of those. I wish I did. But yeah, he sold a ton of those things. Imagine if that was a family heirloom. Well, I'd take it. I'd take it. Because I do. I have my Lazy Susan I have on top of my refrigerator that I put my baking stuff in. He made that. And I used to decorate and do wedding cakes. So he made me a big board and stuff to build and do wedding cakes on that. And I have a quilt rack that he made me to put my quilts on, and I have all kinds of stuff, like even the quilt racks that you hang on the wall and stuff. I don't have any up right now because I had to take everything down since we're redoing the house and stuff, but stuff like that. So I have a lot of really heirloomy type stuff from him, really chosen. So, and my mom, I think she has one of those chicken things. So, but I don't have one. But I have other things. I have other things that he made, and I'm good with that. So, but it was cute. They were really cute. The things that he would come up with. Okay. I need one more. Three, four, five. I need one more color combination. Sounds like you worker. He honestly made each one of us girls feel like we were his princess. They were just good at that. My grandparents were amazing at making us feel like that each one of us were their favorite. So, and I had two other siblings and two other cousins, and even though they didn't have a lot of grandkids, they were amazing. So yeah, I was his princess. I was, and so was my sister, and so was my cousin. Originally, he was a farmer. He was originally a farmer, and they had hogs and cows and chickens and all that kind of stuff. And that's what he did for a long time. And then gradually, yeah, then he made it a living to do his woodworking and stuff, is what he ended up doing in the retirement time of his life. And until about the time he passed. Now my brother has all these stuff. So, and he does a lot of woodworking and stuff like that. He is very creative and everything too. Me and my brother are the more creative, artistic ones. My sister, not so much. She even admits that she can't draw a straight line on a lined sheet of paper to try to even trace the line on the paper. She doesn't draw, she doesn't paint, she's not a crocheter, she doesn't do any type of crafting at all. And she even tells me all the time, she was like, how do you come up with the things that you do? Like with the house, I'd be scared to death. And it's like, you just do it. Don't be afraid of it, you know? Better than my grandpa. He was a truck driver, and now he's retired and just sits at home. Aw. Well, that's what my husband does now. He's a truck driver. So I'm ready for him to slow down. I told him, you don't have to retire, but you could at least slow down because his hours stink. It just, yeah, we can't really plan much of anything. At least he's not over the road like he used to be. He used to be gone for like a week at a, well, almost a week at a time, something like that. But now he's not. But he's home every day. But he does keep himself busy because he doesn't want to be that way. He doesn't want to be um, where he just comes home and just sits and does nothing. But he's been sick here lately too, so he hasn't been doing as much. But he likes those remote control helicopters. He flies them around the house all day. In the house? I think it'd be. I mean, are they teeny tiny? I mean, unless they have a big house. Hey, he could get a drone. He could do the drones and stuff. That'd be kind of something kind of cool to maybe fly the drones and stuff. And if he could kind of see, take pictures and stuff. Okay, yeah. Well, at least he has an interest in something, so, that's not bad. Not bad. Find some hobbies. Yeah, it wasn't anything that I ever had any desire to join him. I mean, I've been with him a few times to go and stuff. No, no. It about drives me crazy. It's becoming a dangerous world out there, and those truck stops aren't the best places. No, they are not. And you are absolutely right. It is very dangerous, and I hear all the stories and the things that he comes home and tells me about the DCs and people he interacts with. So, but what do you do? And I have to drive north a lot, and so I witnessed a lot of that with traffic, with interstate traffic, and but kind of at least with him, I know him telling me you can tell who the good truck drivers are and who aren't so much just from their manners on the road, you know, and even then you have to be very cautious when you do stop. You got to be very aware and mindful of where you're at. And yeah, and I just, if when I'm traveling alone, I just have set spots that I go that I feel safe in, and I just do what I got to do, and I'm back and on the road again. So, but yeah, it's dangerous. There are ones that know what they're doing and ones that don't. And you can very much tell by the way they act, and on the road and off the road. In chosen instruments usually do the trick for anybody. Instruments, like playing instruments like guitars and clarinets and drums and whatnot. And their manners anywhere else. Yes, Lenora, and their manners anywhere else. Some of the newer ones take more risks, like they don't sleep right when doing long trips. No, and the thing is, they're on their devices. And I see this whenever I'm traveling all the time going north. They'll have their feet up in the window while they're driving a semi. You can see their feet up on the dash, and they will have their device or whatever it is, be their phone, some kind of iPad, something, right there watching TV. Watching TV. And yeah, I'm not even going to say anymore. I'm not going to say anymore. But yeah, totally irresponsible. And literally, I was on my way home. It was when I hadn't stopped working yet. And I was on the interstate coming home. It was one of the last times before they had shut it down because we've had a bunch of interstate construction. And this guy was just weaving in and out intentionally, just doing it to be doing it. I looked everywhere all over that semi to find a number to call because I was like, but no. And so, calm down. The trucks are probably sentient like in the movie Cars. Me either, and I could watching TV but not the road. Yeah, exactly. Watching TV and not the road. And playing chicken in the road. And it's like, well, you can do that where you came from, maybe. I don't know, but here we don't, and I would like to live another day. I'm not going down because you want to play chicken in the road. So, it's ridiculous. I mean, it just about drives me crazy. And it gives the other truck drivers that are honest, good, hardworking, very, very good people a bad name. That's for sure. Having their feet up is ridiculous. What if they had to hit the brakes? Yeah, totally. Totally agree with you. No, you were just outside. No, no. Literally, we're just outside. No, no. And yeah, it's totally not safe. I mean, I don't know. It drives me crazy. Absolutely drives me crazy. And there are ones that that they haven't taken a break and they're tired and whatever, and that is part of the reason why they are all over the road, and you can tell the difference, between the ones that are just jacking around and the ones that are seriously tired. And yeah. Yes, he is. He is one of the ones that takes it very seriously. And, even though he has long hours, You know, he's I mean, this is what he's always done besides farming. Um, he farmed too, but he's always drove truck. So, and he just turned 66 his birthday. So, um, he's been doing it since his 20s. So yeah, long time. No, best drivers, I have not noticed them doing the same. Haven't caught a best driver yet. So, but I don't see as many of those as, because truck drivers are everywhere. They're everywhere. So, no. No, I haven't either. Again, no, I have not either. But that is seriously, I mean, along the interstate that I live on, um, there's been so much traffic, but there's been so much construction with that traffic. And we have had so many wrecks, and it has been probably 95% of it is because of semis and them not paying attention, being on devices, being tired, not following the rules, and stopping when they should. So, but some have cameras on them and passengers to watch them. Very true. But there's a lot of these. I'm going to sneeze. Shoot! Shoot! Excuse me. There's a lot of the semis now that are, for some companies, not all, that have cameras in the cabs. So, but I don't know that that's gonna. Thank you, Chosen. Thank you, Master. Thank you, Lenora. Um, thank you, everyone. But I kind of went off there for a minute. But anyway, having cameras in the cabs, I don't know if that's really going to make any difference for some of them. I don't know. And it might, it just depends on the company, and what the rules are and whatever. And, it may not be so much that they're watching them, but just being in there in case something does happen, that, they have proof of whatever, if there's any type of accident, something. But I don't know. I don't know. So. So yeah, it does drive me crazy, the hours that he has to keep and stuff. And he usually gets up sometimes at 10 o'clock at night, sometimes at 2 o'clock, sometimes at 4 he'll leave. It just depends. But then he doesn't get home until 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon or later. Sometimes it just depends. So at least now it's like that, and not being gone, because you know made it work. But the boys were a lot younger then, and he missed a lot. But when he was home, he always made a point to, be at all their events and everything, because um, we were all about the travel ball. Did travel baseball from the time they could throw a ball, practically, because that's what they wanted to do. And so we dove in, and that's what we did. Okay, now I need to have one more. It's blue, and blue, yellow, green. Blue, yellow, pink. I've already done that. Need another green. Blue. Blue, pink, green. Blue, pink, green. Blue, pink, green. Dang, it's 10:30 already. Is there more criminal activity happening at truck stops or cargo ports? Um, I don't know. It's probably just as bad at either one. I don't know about statistics, but I have read news stories about things happening at truck stops or off the highways. Oh yeah, they even have a listing out right now of what the most dangerous truck stops in America are to not go to. And so believe me, I look at them. I have looked at it to make sure because I I'm in Illinois, and so whenever I say north, yes, I'm Chicago. I don't live there. I live south, and but yeah, they have a listing out of the worst places to go, most unsafe. And I live on an interstate that is a very prominent interstate that is across. I mean, it's yeah, it merges with other, and it's very very highly trafficked. And I mean, we have human trafficking signs all over the place because I mean, it's bad. It's bad, people. And it's very sad and very dangerous, and it makes me sick. So, um, I think that's what, it's trying to be more mindful of, of those types of situations. And that's the reason why they are so unsafe. So, yeah. And I live in a rural community. I mean, middle of nowhere. And even the bigger towns that are near me are still very small. And but the one town that is close to me that I used to work in has several truck stops. And back in the day, it I mean, it was bad there. I mean, whenever I used to run around over there, going on the cruise and all that kind of stuff, I mean, it was really bad, really very, I mean, because prostitution's everywhere. It still is, but I mean, it's not as talked about as much, I guess, because that's very much what was happening during those days back then was that, and it was crazy. But now it's more of the trafficking you hear about and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's scary. It's a scary world. And it's just like, here I have grandkids now, and it's like, I don't want them out of my sight, you know? Because it doesn't matter, you know? It doesn't matter the gender, the ages, the nothing. So, it's still there, but they're trying to bring awareness to the trafficking, so that's what we hear about. Yes. Yep. Yep, 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 yep. And, for those people that are still in that life, you know, then they end up being the trafficked ones sometimes, you know? So, yeah, it's just, yeah. I went on a cruise a few years ago, and that was what they warned us about in Mexico. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yep. Is it fun for like a day and then the rest of the time is just get me off the shit? Yeah, I would like to know on that too, Chosen, because I've never been on one. And I have a feeling that I would think, oh yeah, it'd be just great. But then I would be that person right there the next day, be like, okay, I have to be on here for how much longer? I can't get off? I would be like, get me off, probably. Get me off the ship. Get me out. I've never been on a plane yet either, because it's like once I'm up there, it's like I can't get off, I can't get down, I can't. And I'm not a control freak or anything like that, but at least I feel like whenever I'm down on the ground, I have a little bit of control, I guess. So, but I would like to be on a plane one time. Just one time to say I've done it. So, we'll see. Because for whatever reason, my kid that lives north, he and his fiance he anyway, was wanting to go to Mexico when they finally get married. And I'm like, I'm going to have to get over the fear. I don't really have a fear, it's just the unknown. I'm not really, I guess I can call it fear. Fear of flying. I don't know. I don't gravitate to it. I've never really had anything I've had to fly for. So it's like, yeah, I'm not missing my kid's wedding because I've never flown before. So I told my best friend, okay, we're gonna do a trip. Well, she doesn't want to go to California, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to California. Nope, nope, nope. Don't have any desire to go to California. I was like, can we maybe just like go, like drive to Indy and then fly to Chicago to get it under my belt, and then maybe go from there. Just something super short. But now they've decided they're not doing that, so I don't want to ruin the experience, but it's like you never took off once you're steady in the sky and then out of nowhere your ears pop. Yeah. Yeah, and that happened, I mean, the ears popping and stuff happened to me all the time. It's a here and there experience, basically. Yeah. And I would love to like go, be able to go to like Scotland even and stuff because my grandparents were from Scotland, and I would love to go over there just to see it and stuff, but I don't want to be on a plane that long. I don't think I could do it. You would have to give me something. You'd have to give me some kind of medicine, something. And yeah, I'm in that camp too, Lenora. I'm okay with staying on the ground too. And I mean, if they made it to where I could drive the whole way there, I would drive the thousands of miles if they made it to where you could drive. I would do it. Hey, if I can go to Norfolk, Virginia and go in that water tunnel for how many miles under the water, I can drive across. I can do it. They just need to make a bridge connecting all of that, and that'll be good. They were actually from Glasgow. Okay, we can make a girls' road trip out of it. Extra long road trip. Maybe if we both put in our requests, maybe they'll do it. Do you have any pull anywhere? And for how much Scottish I have in me and Irish, um, then I have dark hair. It actually in the sun it has a red cast to it, but I am like okay. All my cousins have red, strawberry blonde, whatever. My brother was born a redhead. My grandbabies have red hair, strawberry blonde. Um, my little nephews are all blonde and redhead. Um, I, I do have two of my other great nieces and nephews. They're kind of sandy blonde. My dad was kind of like the red, whatever. But I got my mom's hair color. My mom had dark hair, so I got her hair color. My sister had blonde hair forever, born with blonde hair. My kids, now Sam, he has my hair color, but uh, Seth, born kind of strawberry blonde, white blonde, almost everything. So I've always wanted to go to Ireland and Scotland until I found out it was an 11-hour trip, and I said, "Oh, aren't those pictures pretty?" Oh my gosh, you sound like me. Yeah, because whenever I found out how long it was too, I was just like, oh my, oh my. And even to go to Hawaii, oh my gosh, my brother and his wife, they went to Hawaii for their honeymoon. And I just didn't even realize that it was that long to go to Hawaii. And I was like, nope, nope, I'll just keep looking at pictures. Uh, I'll just keep watching, like, what was that show? Fantasy Island. I'll watch reruns of that, because Hawaii Five-O, I can watch reruns of Hawaii Five-O if I want to. Yeah, I'm not a ginger. Everyone else in my family practically is, but me. Oh gosh. Yeah, what my one other cousin, she and I have the same color hair, and that's it. My daughter went to Germany, and she had to give me I'm Alive chickens. Oh, well, yeah, I'd be the same way, Lenora. But yeah, me and my one other girl cousin that's older than me, we have the same color hair. Because she got her dad's hair color, I got my mom's hair color. And so, yeah, imagine that. Because all my other cousins, female, male, have red hair or blonde. Why can't the... Oh! Right there, Chosen. Why can't it fly to you? Wouldn't that be awesome? If there's just like a way that you could just like teleport yourself, you know? Or you could be here and then just say, hey, I want to go blah, blah, blah. And boom, there you are. That'd be kind of neat for things like that. And I have dreams about flying all the time. But, of course, I've never flown, so, but, like, I'm literally in the plane, but then it's like I fall asleep on the plane and then I'm there, wherever it is I'm going. And, okay, I have Irish and Scottish, and we have the dark hair. You have dark hair too? Because even my sister's daughters, they are all blonde, strawberry blonde. Their kids, it's just funny, Oh, well, there you go. I I don't feel so alone. Don't feel so alone. I definitely got the height. I mean, as Scottish Irish people are not known for their height. I'm 5'1", and I was taller than my grandpa. But then my grandma and I were about the same height. She might have been just a tinge taller. But my dad's only 5'10". But his sisters were a little bit taller than him. Where they got their height, they had to have gotten it from grandma. Um, and she wasn't even tall. So, because, I mean, my dad is right at 5'10". And my sister and my brother are a little bit taller than me, but not by much. So, but my other grandma, my mom's mom, she wasn't even 5 foot. So she was like 4'11", I think, something like that. But then my grandpa was tall. He was like almost 6 foot. He was right around 6 foot. So that's where Sam, I think that's where Sam and Seth get their height, is because um, they get it from like my mom's dad and some of like her older uncles and things like that. And but then also to Whitney, he's pretty close to 6 foot, but his brother's 6'4". So they have that too, kind of. So, and Seth is right around he's right at 6 foot. He ended up taller than what they thought he was going to be. And then Sam was projected to be 6'4", but he stopped around, I don't know, he might be close to 6'2". So, so yeah, I have to look, up to everybody. Why do blonders turn brunettes later in life? It sounds like how a banana works. I don't know. But yeah, my sister, she was born blonde, went sandy blonde, and now, but her hair's still lighter than mine, but it is darker than what it used to be. So, I don't know. And like my brother-in-law, he had blonde hair all through school because he was my age. We were in the same class, and he always had blonde hair until he got older. Now his hair isn't; it's more brown. So, well, you got friendly giants walking around the house. Yeah, I was born this. I was born dark-headed. I've never, ever, ever had light hair. Well, you got friendly giants walking around the house. Well, yeah, I kind of feel that way sometimes, Chosen. Yeah, because they definitely feel like giants when compared to my height. Oh, goodness. Yeah, because in my baby pictures, oh my gosh, yeah, definitely can see my dark hair, even though they were black and white pictures. You could tell that my hair was dark. I've always had dark hair. And Sam, he's always had his dark hair. He's never had light hair. And even though Seth's hair's kind of gotten a little bit darker, it's still very much still blonde. Still blonde. And Gray, his hair is definitely strawberry blonde. And little Everly. Hers is getting a little more on the blonde side, like her mom, because she is blonde. She is blonde. And they're all of Irish descent, so we still got all that going on. Why didn't you just paint those photos like a color book? My black and white baby pictures? Is that what you're talking about? I actually did paint, or like, they were photo, like, colored pencils that you could actually, like, shade in on old black and white pictures. And I actually have done that with some of my, like, great great and great 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 grandparents. But I've not ever done it to any of mine. Oh my gosh, I keep doing the wrong stitch. They used to be purple. Oh gosh. Yeah. They'd probably believe me. Lulu, everything's fine. I don't know what you're so worried about. Because you're in here and you don't need to be messing outside. You're perfectly fine. Okay? I know you're doing your job. I know you're so protective, but you need to stay in here. Okay? Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Had to put dishes away. How's the blanket coming along? Well, I've got this many squares done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Working on number 14. Is it late for me right now? Is that what you're asking, Chosen? It is so awesome. I love crochet. Coming back, it's beautiful. Oh, I absolutely, yeah. I've been crocheting forever. And yeah, it is definitely popular. Definitely popular. You have some very responsible viewers, Joanna. I have, I have very kind people. I do, and um, I get trolls occasionally, but I just really don't let them bother me, and I take care of them as they come. And it's been interesting with the troll situation sometimes. So no, I'm usually more of a night owl type person. I mean, but that being said, there has been nights where I've been in bed by 8:30. So it just depends. But those are the days that I woke up at like 3:30, 4 o'clock and got up. So to say the least. Oh yeah, we've had fun. We've had fun. So, that being said, it's been interesting. I taught myself about 2 years ago a lot of YouTube videos and internet searching. Had to find something to calm my head of all things. Never thought it would be crochet. Oh, um, yeah, there is so much out there now as far as YouTube and everything goes. I mean, you can totally learn how to do it just off the YouTube videos alone. And uh, I started crocheting when I was like 8, between 7 and 8. And, just got better and better as I got older. And I was a very anxious child, very just, and what it was is that I was ADD. I know I was. I mean, now looking back on it, but I wasn't diagnosed until I was actually an adult. So, But anyway, it all makes sense now, how I was back then. And crocheting, that's what kept me like focused and, like you said, calming your head. So, yeah, it's amazing. Amazing. 3:34 is such an odd time. I don't ever think I've seen that time on a clock before. 3:34 is such an odd time. 3:34. Lots of PTSD for me, but crochet for whatever reason has helped tremendously. Yes, PTSD here too. And it has helped significantly with that. And yeah, I was wondering the 3:34 too. I don't know. I don't know. But isn't it funny how, though I have to agree, there are some numbers and things like that sometimes that for whatever reason it just seems odd. So I kind of get that, you know, for whatever reason just kind of strikes you. Used to get out of school at 3:33, so saw 3:34 a lot. Right? I'm not alone. Always know I'm not, but it's easy to get sucked into the no one gets it mentality. Thank you for sharing. Yes, because whenever I was younger, nobody knew what to do with me, and that got into teenage years. And then, um, and in my teen years, that's whenever, you know, the PTSD, and didn't even know what that was until I started going to therapy a few years ago. And she said something to the effect of PTSD with me, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" I just thought it was like anxiety stuff and whatever. And she was like, "You have never been diagnosed with that?" And I was like, "No." So yeah, worked boot shift for years. Don't think my body knows how to sleep at night anymore. Oh, I'm glad I know. I'm glad I don't do that anymore. Yeah, that screws a person up. Even though I'm a night owl, I used to work 7 to 7 at night, and that was rough. That was when my kids were a lot younger, and I would get home um, in time to basically make sure they got on the bus to go to school. I would go to bed, sleep while they were at school. Oh boy, I was glad to get out of that. Glad to get out of that. And that's when I went back to school then and became a nail tech. And did that for just shy of 20 years. And just recently retired from it. So, and that job helped me too, to just anything that I can do artistically and concentrate on that helps me with all of my traumas, helps me with my everything. My ADD, all of it. Didn't understand trauma being relevant. Spent my adult life running into the fight. Thought the constant adrenaline and sad and manic and happy and angry was just normal. Oh, yeah. I mean, I was made to feel like it was normal because nobody knew what to do with me. You know, they didn't. My parents, I think it just scared my parents, you know, because they didn't know. Oh yeah, it can't. And it was expensive for me to do it. So yeah, I know it's expensive, and it was an expensive thing for me to even do it. But I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. But I did the right thing. My body was ready. My body was just ready. It took a toll on my body. I like watching nature documentaries at this hour, but they always play the background music way too loudly, which is super ironic and distracting. Well, you can turn it down. Unless it's just like it's so much in the background that it overtakes it. I understand that too. Okay, I think I got all my blue rounds done. I'm gonna weave in some of my ends, I think. Because future me will love me for that. Guess I always felt that everyone else's trauma was theirs and it wasn't touching me. Didn't realize for a long time that I was carrying their weight. Oh, you were a police officer. Oh, wow. Yeah. Too much heavy, but I do it all again, every bit of it. Yeah, I mean, I imagine with the field that you were in, there would be a lot that you witnessed that would be a lot. It would be a lot. That's a lot of stress. Nature shows on silent Andrew. Yes, that would be good. Good idea, CJ. Yes, CJ, I did. I heard a lot, and that's what we were taught in school too. It was like you become a confidant, a psychiatrist, counselor, whatever, you know, type thing, because you know they were talking to the top of my head all the time, you know, and so it was very rare that you had full eye contact. But I am a person that whenever I'm talking to people, I like to look them in the eye. So there was a lot of times that I would try to do that, you know, if they were talking to me, I would try to do that, you know. Of course I couldn't do it for long lengths of time, but I wanted them to know that I was hearing them, you know. And I said for the first few years that I was doing nails, I could have had a lot of people in trouble. I heard way too much sometimes from some people. But it also helped me with a lot of my stuff too, to hear other people's stories and sharing and stuff, you know. It helped. My badge was a shield I carried with honor. Doing it right was important to me. They were like, I know I'm trauma dumping right now. Pay attention, John. Because you know, I had quite a few people had similar story to me and stuff. And I'm it used to be that I was afraid of my story, you know, and but anymore, nope. I use it for the good because if there's other people that I can help along the way, I'm going to do it. Hmm. I'm too old to remember when we got out of school. I think it was three something. Excuse me. I think we got out at like 3:15 or 3:20 or something like that. I graduated in the 80s, so it doesn't feel like it was that long ago. Yes, I did. We had tons of family at my parents' house. So that's where we spent our day today, was at my parents'. So with my siblings and my nieces and nephews and cousins and an aunt and uncle. So and my one son. I was close to the 80s. And here you're saying how you're too old and you graduated in 92, CJ. Are you trying to make me feel old? You're 1 year younger than my brother. It's like I'm 100. Oh, goodness. Well, I graduated in 87, so. You graduated in 1034. Okay. My bones creak. Oh my gosh, get out of here. That's not old. Exactly, it's not old. Well, I'm kind of creaky too, but I'm not old. I am not old. I mean, yes, I agree that some days my body feels old, but for the most part, no, I'm doing all right. Me too, imagine that. You too, what, Lenora? No! Are you kidding me? Seriously? Will you tell my body that? My brain thinks I'm still 25. My body said you'll break a hip. Yes, we are, Lenora. We are crochet twins. Okay, now when's your birthday, Lenora? Huh? In 45 minutes? Okay. I think I can manage that.
Well, I don't know how long we got on. You got on like 9?
I don't remember. I've been on for almost just shy of 3 hours, 15 minutes shy.
Yeah, so midnight
Ah,
would be like
Lulu.
4 hours for you.
There's something outside. I think it's deer and stuff, and she is just all out of sorts
She
tonight.
smells something. Yeah.
Because she went out
Well, the
and
activity
back and
is
forth, back and
probably
forth, back and forth.
It's probably very high right now, either with coyotes or deer, because it's very cold and they're going to be very
And
active.
she's back to feeling
Good.
normal
Yeah.
again too, which is good,
So that's
but
probably
it's about
why
to drive me
she's, like,
crazy.
all zing.
She's all jacked up.
Yeah,
All
'cause she
jacked
feels
up.
better, and she doesn't have to put any, weird
And I know she
walkings
wants
to her job.
Well, and I know she wants to do her job,
Even-
and she's all
well,
protective, but
even
she needs to stay
whenever-
inside.
Even whenever she did her foot the way she did, and she was still kind of hobbling a little bit, she would still full dead sprint. She didn't care.
Oh, I know.
Like, I'm talking like, you know how fast she can go. She quick.
CJ, you're in June. Lenora's July. And you're in February. Well, I'm March. So we don't have the same birthday. Because I was like, okay, come on now. It's like, yes, I do. I do have my little Luna girl, CJ. She's a little pit lab mix.
50-50. Would you split? Don't see very many 50-50s anymore. Most of the time they're just mugs. She's a good split, and you can tell.
Oh yeah,
You can tell distinctively she's half and half.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a little pity, you got a little lab in you, the black lab. Well, that could be.
Well, Jess's dog, he's all black like her. They look like they could be brother and sister.
She may not be black lab, because I mean.
Well, that's what I just said. He was all black, and he's a full on.
Lab.
No, he's full on pit.
Yeah.
And I said they look like they could be brother and sister.
But yeah, she could have just very well just have.
So we
lab in her.
are Midwestern
No,
news
you had
in the
one
chat.
not too long ago. You've had 2 today. You can have one tomorrow, okay? You have one tomorrow.
I'll let them answer that, Chosen.
You have one tomorrow.
I don't know
one
about
now.
I don't know for sure on
We get
C.
one
I don't know
tomorrow.
where CJ's from.
Okay, we get one tomorrow.
And if they did say, I don't remember. My German short hair got in a tussle with the stinky kid in the pasture he lost. Oh no. Well, Luna, she's been gimpy because she ripped out her toenail on one foot and was hobbling around, whatever. Don't know. I think it was because she went out chasing with the other neighbor dogs and did something then. So she came home from the vet with a cone.
You've already had.
And she's back to feeling good now. So she is about to drive the whole house crazy. Because, you know, for, I don't know, almost a week, she was in the house and not doing much. Going out and pottying, of course, but now she's off the painkillers and the antibiotic, and she's feeling back to herself. The rest of the antibiotic just in case anything else happens to her. So anyway,
because I'm pretty sure she'd be good by now.
No, she's fine.
Oh yeah, well, just
and everything's going good, but oh my! Which I'd much rather her be like this and be herself. I mean, don't get me wrong. But it's like an overdrive right now. It stinks when they are hurt. Yes, they are babies. He's sulking outside mad because the cats won't even sleep with him. Oh no. Extra stinky. Extra stinky baby. Yeah. Aww. Yeah, I am very glad that she's feeling better and she's doing all the things, but oh boy. She's trying to make up for lost time.
Yeah, just a couple days. Yeah. But to think about it, that whole week was technically times 7 for her, so probably did feel very long ago. No, but like, you won't want to
Oh gosh, getting hiccups. We have a bunch of barn cats in the hot house. They are on one side, Blue is on the other side. Not Midwestern, not by a long shot.
I can't. Jesus. You're so persistent with it.
Lou, you've had enough.
You keep begging, so I'm gonna just walk away.
Yeah, she's gonna just keep doing it. I gave you some extra treats earlier. Not extra, but she got a little bit of turkey earlier. I brought it home because she didn't get to go with us today, so there's just gonna be too many in the house. She said, "Please, Mom." Yeah, and she does say please. For treats and stuff like that, we've taught all of our dogs. I was talking about that the other night, whenever we were on here, where they'll do their paw and ask and use their girly manners, you know. So, but so when she wants something, she does ask. Hot house is a heated section of the barn for the cats in winter. Well, I wondered if that wasn't something that you meant by that, so. I have a question. Do you make chain start blankets? I made 2 and they are crooked. Warm and cozy, but not square by any stretch. Just meaning by just like doing your general chain stitch and then doing like your single or double or whatever pattern from there? Is that where you're meaning by chain start? Please excuse my lack of knowledge on what the term in crochets are. Oh, not a big deal. I mean, yeah, I mean, a lot of my blankets have been where it's just like the base is like your foundation or your chain stitch. Either way, because you can do it like with a foundation start or a chain of however many. But I do a lot of the corner to corner for like my baby blankets because I love those and they're so easy and so fast and you can do whatever kind of pattern and colors and whatever. So I do a lot of those and those are not just like a chain and then building from that chain. It's starting in a corner. So with like, which is hard to explain, but yes ma'am, both are chain then turn the half double crochet row, then turn the double crochet. Yeah. Yeah. Um sometimes, yeah, sometimes you can get an extra stitch on the end sometimes, and sometimes that can be confusing if you haven't been doing it for a while. Corner to corner come out square easier. Yes, they do. The corner to corner to me does come out square every time. It is much easier to make square if you're wanting just like a square like blanket, like baby blanket, or even you can make it bigger, of course, too. But yeah, I think it's easier to turn out square. So, and it's really easy to learn. It's really easy to learn. You can find patterns online, YouTube, whatever, you know. And like I said, it's a really fast moving pattern. It's a really fast moving stitch. So that's why I like it because I usually have a bunch of those made up at a time. So then whenever I sell one, then I make another one. Now that the holiday is over, what's the schedule for the channel for the remainder of the year? For the remainder of the year? Um, tension will also cause it to be misshapen. Yes, Lenora's right. Your tension on how tight, how you stitch, how tight of a stitcher you are, a crocheter you are. Um, even if you're a loose stitcher, or if you don't keep consistent, tension. So it's just practice. It's really just practice. Just sit and just just make some little squares. Just practice making little squares. Or even practice doing granny squares and stuff and get practice with your tension is a great way. And quilting is one thing that I have always kind of wanted to try to start doing too. I haven't done it though. And yes, we do market, so we must keep making. Yeah. So and that's why I'm on here doing stuff all the time, because it passes the time. I get to talk to people, I get to meet people, I'm not working now, whatever. And no, this isn't all that I do, but I get to sit for blocks of time and get stuff done and stay focused and motivated. So, and you ask about the schedule of the channel to the rest of the year. I'm on here every day. So the majority of the time, I keep hitting my stand, so I'm sorry that I keep jiggling. Um, but I'm usually on in the morning. So like 9, 10 o'clock Central Time. you know, a lot of times. And if I'm on of an evening, it's usually around 9. So there might be some days I'm on twice a day. It might be some days if you don't catch me by, if I'm not on by 10 o'clock in the morning, then I'm probably not going to be on until that night. So I'll put it that way. So again, like I said, just like, turn on the notification bell, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Share with your friends. So yeah, so if you're subscribed to me, you should get a notification when I'm on. So, but basically, short story long, there you go. That is a huge problem for me in blankets. I set it down and go back, then my tension is all messed up. Anxiety is a factor too. My amigurumi is on point, but if it's not some kind of stuffed something. And see, I don't do a lot of the amigurumi stuff. I mean, I've started doing some because I have grandkids and they like their stuffies and all that kind of stuff. So there's some that I've kind of done, and they've ended up selling. I made turtles and I sold all of them. I made a frog that I thought was going to be her, and Lenora's like, "Oh, it'll sell." Oh, yeah, it was one of the first things that sold. So it was like, okay. And I mean, and kids look for that kind of stuff, and even older people. I mean, there was even older people looking at that stuff. Now, my pigs, I thought my pigs would sell. I didn't sell them. Didn't sell a one, but that doesn't mean that I won't. Just at the two that I was at, I did not sell them. So, earlier this year. So, but my chickens, I could have sold 10 more chickens at the last one I was at, but I sold out of what I had. So I have made some more of those, and I made me some snakes. And oh yeah, I'm not worried about it because they are stinking cute. They're just cute as can be. But I made me some different frogs. I still need to make my turtles. That's one thing I haven't done yet. I haven't made my turtles, and I am gonna make a few more of those. I've restocked my chickens, although I've sold one of them, so I'm gonna make another one of that color. It was the black and white kind of salt and peppery one that I made, and so yeah. Um, So yeah, it's just kind of little things like that that I've been trying here and there. I did get orders though for a dinosaur because I was gonna make a dinosaur for my grandson, but I got an order for a dinosaur, so I have him almost done. Got an order for a cat, so I went ahead and purchased that pattern, have that cat done. I just have to put it together. So I am doing some more, and it is fun. We started over after retirement at 40, so we had 10-year-old and 8-year-old. Same as our grands. The littles and the grands take everything I make to try to market. Real problems I have. Well, chickens. I love chicken. Oh, I do too. I've always liked chickens. I have chicken T-shirts, and I've worn them on here before. And my kitchen and dining room and stuff usually has, some kind of chicken theme a little bit. So right now everything's still kind of torn apart because we're still in the middle of remodeling. So, but eventually, by the end of this year, I'd like to have everything done. So, so yeah, and right now I am more centered on with what my next market is on the 15th of December, 14th, I'm sorry, of December. Um, they are going to have little stations in there for little kids and stuff. So I do want to make sure that I do have that kind of stuff in stock, and but then still have stuff for like what their parents are going to be there shopping and stuff too. So like kind of Christmas gifty type stuff, but like Christmas decoration a little bit too, and all that. So yeah, tell me about it. The yuck of remodeling. I mean, I did the majority of what I could do to the house myself. But then we did have to have a contractor come in to do my woodwork, or to do our woodwork, because I wasn't going to do that. I wasn't going to attempt that. I probably could have done it, but I just, at the time, I was still working full time, and by full time, I lived at my job. So I had literally had no time, except on the weekends, until I quit working on the weekend, and then I was able to do more. Um, but I had them come in and do the windows and all the wood trim and stuff like that. And we still don't have it all done. Now we have the trim done. We just need to get the. This is what I do have to get done yet. He did come in and get our barn door stuff all done. I don't have to worry about that now. We got the last barn door put up just a couple weeks ago in Sam's room. I got his flooring finished in his room. He needs to trim out my mirror in my bathroom and put the trim up in the bathroom. Um, I'm gonna try to get him talked into laying the rest of my floor in my hallway, but I don't know if he'll do that or not. I don't want to have to do it. I've already done 3 rooms and a basement, and I don't want to do any more floor. The flooring that we have here in our living room was done by somebody else, and that was a long time ago in the beginnings of our renovations. And I don't even think the guy would probably come back and do it. I don't even know if he's still doing flooring anymore. I mean, and I make it sound like it's been 20 years ago, but it hasn't. So, but anyway, it has been fun. I do enjoy that type of thing. Whitney, he doesn't have a clue. He doesn't do any of it. I mean, if I ask him to help or whatever, if there's something he can help me with, he will do it. But I mean, it's not his cup of tea. But I'm not a truck driver and I'm not a farmer, so I don't do any of that stuff. So, but anyway, it has been fun, but I'm just ready to have my house back. I'm ready to have it done. So we are much further. I do have the whole entire basement done. I got it all done before I started doing the upstairs because I wanted to make sure that was all done. Had everything done down there, and little did we know that we were getting a grandbaby and stuff too at the time. So, and that was great, and he's 3 years old. So, at least whenever they've come home and everything, they can always go to the basement and stay down there, and they have, you know, their bedroom, living room, all that kind of stuff down there. So, and because I totally gutted it out. I mean, we took down the drop ceiling, I ripped out the shag carpeting, all of that stuff, and yeah, it feels like it has taken forever, but it's also kind of nice that I can look at it and be like, oh, I done that, you know. So I just recently got my brick wall, my faux brick wall done. I just need to um, get the wall painted around it again to kind of touch it up and stuff. And then I have the floating shelves that I need to hang up. Um, I need to stain them first and get them hung up, and then that'll be done. And I put together my fireplace and everything not very long ago, all by myself. I was, I might have said some cursies under my breath, but I got it done, and it turned out pretty good. The only thing is, though, is that I don't have the doors put on yet because those screws are so tiny. I had to take a break. I had to take a break from that. So this weekend is when those doors will get put on. So, because I want to have everything done for Christmas, I want to get the doors put on, I want to get my walls painted, and get all that stuff done before I get my Christmas tree up, because I don't have it up yet, and usually I have it up by now. I usually do have it up by now, but we started remodel about 8 years ago. Then we had our son and downsized our farm. Thankfully, this house is not ready yet. Well, you know, this, we're talking about the 10-year plan here. So, and like I said, it's just been a gradual. But in those 10 years, literal 10 years, I've changed my mind a couple times on some things, so, and that's okay, you know. If you don't prime before you paint, you might try your first E. Well, I just couldn't decide on my colors half the time because my kitchen, whenever we first moved in, it was everything was white in this house, and I didn't want everything to be white. And it was an older couple that lived here. They never had children, and everything was white as far as like paint everywhere. So there was a certain kind of green that I really liked that was more of like 50s green, maybe, kind of something like that. And so that's what I painted my um, kitchen and dining room at the time. Well, then I got tired of that, and I thought I wanted red. Well, I painted one wall red, and it's still red, but it's also been covered up by wallpaper at one point in time. And I decided that wasn't going to work because it was right by a register and stuff, and it was like, no, that isn't going to work. So I took that wallpaper down, so it's back to the red again. But then I had also had a sign that was there that I just painted around so you can see the green that I used to have. And so I need to get that wall painted the paint the color that it is now. It's kind of like a taupey kind of color now. So yeah. Yeah. Well, I can see light at the end of our tunnel. It's getting there. And we are so close to having this house paid off, you know. So, and I am ready for that for sure. Yeah, it was just my one dining room wall that I had painted like a brick, kind of like a brick red. And I think I want to do the faux brick in there again. That kind of has the German schmear look to it, like I did with my dining here in my living room, like what I did with it. Um, but I haven't started it yet, and I keep going back and forth. My husband would lay an egg if I wanted red. Well, I got asked why red. I did get asked that, um, but I just did the one wall. That's all I did for the accent, and the rest of it's neutral. I mean, the rest of my house, yeah, it's all neutrals now. Now Sam, I let him pick out what color for his room whenever we were getting it redone, and his favorite color is blue, so we picked out kind of a, I don't remember now what it was called. It is a really pretty blue though. It's not real bright or real dark. It's just kind of like a medium blue. Not a pastel, but so he and I painted it, and then I just laid the same flooring that I put in our bedroom for his bedroom. And it was the same flooring that we laid in the basement, that I actually laid in the basement. So, and then we put something different in the bathroom. I put in, it looks more marbly like, is what I laid in there. And we totally redid our whole bathroom. We gutted everything out of there. Yes. Here, I don't know. I'll try to switch it around to where you can see it. And just remember, it's not all the way finished. But this around my TV, I did the faux brick. And then here, like on these side, like flanking on the sides, I still have like my neutral walls. So, but I want to paint over them again, just to freshen them up. And then I have floating shelves that I'm gonna put on each side. So. Oh, it was pretty easy to do. You can't, I mean, you can't really mess it up, really, but I guess you can, I guess. But I just used oh gosh, what do you call it? I'll be right back. What I used was an all-purpose sheetrock for the majority of that wall. Whenever I first started doing the bottom of it that you can't see, and I don't like it as well, but this sheetrock did a lot better. And all I did was go through and tape it off the measurement that I wanted to tape it off for, the brick. That's what took the longest, was measuring that out and taping it. And then once I had it taped, then I just smeared that on. I just used my hand literally and just started smearing it on. And you want to do it kind of thick because you want it to look like brick, So, and then whenever it's still wet, you want to take that tape off, because if you wait until it dries, you got a mess. Ask me how I know. And you want to take that off, and then you want to let it just get dry a little bit to where it's still kind of tacky, and where you can still kind of play with it a little bit. Oh. I lost the feed, went back to the beginning. Oh. Are you with me now? But no, I mean, it's super easy to do. It's not hard at all, so. Oh, I didn't know if you were still here or not, Chosen. Oh, well, sheetrock is what I used. I just taped it off, did the sheetrock, and you want to pull the tape off before, you want to pull it off really pretty quick, because if it dries, you have a mess. So if you didn't hear that part, that'll kind of put you up to speed. But after you take that tape off, you do want it to set just a little bit, but not too much. And then you can do whatever colors of paint you want. I did mine in more of a brown, and you can use red. You can use all different colors. I even considered using like maybe some gray and stuff in mine, but I didn't go ahead and do that. I just used the brown, just the one color. And then after that dried, then because you want to kind of pound it on, you just want to be sloppy with it. There's no method. I mean, you can be as messy and as whatever, really messier the better, honestly. And then after that, then whenever it does dry, then you want that to dry. You want that brick to dry. You want all of it to dry, the paint and everything of that. And then you whitewash it. And that's all. So it just takes time. It just takes time. But yeah, I was considering doing my dining room wall that's red. I considered doing it on it, but I don't take my phone with me all the time, so actively I chime in and then go on some side quest, and when I come back, you're laughing about something. Well, I like to laugh. Okay, makes sense. Tint your mud or paint afterwards. No, yeah, you want to paint it after. I just, yeah, I just tape it off, smear on that sheetrock. I use my hands even. You can use whatever really to spread it on or whatever as far as like a putty knife type thing or something, but I just use my hands. And you want to make it kind of thick because you want it to look like brick. So, and then actually before you take off the tape, you want to paint you want to go through it and paint it before you take off the tape. I think I said take off the tape first, but so I just kind of pound it a little bit. So it is. It's pretty fun. I mean, just take a piece of cardboard and practice. You can tape off, just tape off some cardboard and kind of play with it and get a feel for it and kind of do it that way, before you put it on. I did my counter in my kitchen. I did the base of my counter in it. That was my first attempt at it because I wanted to have something that was like, okay, if I mess it up and if I don't like it, this will be a very small thing that I have to redo. So just so you can get a feel for what you're doing. If you want to just use that as a practice run, to kind of get your texture and how you think you want to do it or whatever, is why, just getting a piece of something just to make an attempt at. There you go. Gonna go to the barn? Yep. Yep. That would be a good practice thing to do right there. Oh my gosh, I'm starting to yawn now. Oh. We had a ceiling done with that method of using the mud for texture. Yeah, don't do that unless you like vacuuming your ceilings. Oh my gosh! No, I don't know. I wouldn't want to do that to my ceiling, I don't think. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I quit moving my hands and I started talking, and now my brain is like, hey, you started shutting things down, so I guess the rest of me's wanting to shut down, so. And plus, Sam, he came in a little bit ago. 45 minutes, you think? 45 minutes? So he's going to want to be getting on here shortly, so I probably better get off so he can do his thing. Oh my. Hmm. I got quite a few squares done, so wish I had sound. He's howling mad. It's breaking my heart. Poor fella. I'm going to take him a treat then to bed. Hopefully he loses the skunk smell soon. Yes, I hope so for you too that he does. That boy, tell him 2 hours just to see his face. Tell him 2 hours just to see his face. How many fingers am I holding up, Jonah? Oh, wait. 5. I'll guess 5. Thank you, CJ. You have a good evening as well, and happy Thanksgiving. I'm glad you joined us. You're welcome back anytime. Well, thank you, CJ. Yes, I agree. I agree. He's been fine, so I think he was just making reference to the fact that we can't see anything and whatever. I don't think it was anything meant to be mean. Okay, USA old movie quote. As long as it's nice and not sass. What is this? Am I getting kicked out? No, you're not getting kicked out. Compare. Yeah, I think we're okay. the Some of the ones that we've had to deal with in the past, they have been deals. He's not one. I don't think. He hasn't been one. I don't think he's one. So, actually, Chosen has stood up for me a few times on some things. So, I think he's okay. So, I think it's because we have more knowledge of his talk and don't get worked up. Right. Can't imagine too many years being a cop, I guess. Get overcautious. Oh, I understand that, CJ. I totally understand that. And yeah, I mean, he's on here talking more and stuff and whatever, and just kind of, yeah. So, what?
Whenever you're done with them.
Okay. Hopefully I'll talk to you ladies soon, and I'll know from now on. Yes, come back anytime. So, yeah. I'm from the north, and to us, sarcasm is mostly humor, not sass, like other regions may think. Yeah, I understand you on that, Chosen, because I can be very sarcastic. I'm not. I try not to be, but that is true. That is there's a certain amount of truth to that. So, and you are quite a bit north of me, so I gotcha. Oh Lord, I hear you on that one. Yes. So yeah, he brings a good point. He brings a good point. So yeah, I have to agree with him. So Thank you. I have to be careful because you can't hear sarcasm through text. Right. Yeah. Oh, and there's been so many times that even Lenora has had to tell me, don't do it. Don't say it. Don't say it. And so I have to be like, because I just wait on her sometimes. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Yeah. And I can understand that though, CJ. I mean, for different areas and different regions and just how people are, it is because I think they think that it is that you're being more sassy, you're talking back, you're not taking things seriously, maybe, and things like that, and whatever. I can totally understand both sides, what I. Meanwhile, I'm over here dying, yes. Uh, and it's just the region, it's just the way that, people are brought up and stuff and whatever, too. So it's just funny how, even just being 3 hours away, from where my son is, in the Chicago area, it is so drastically different. And it's only 3 hours. But we have a certain amount of that stuff kind of where I'm at too, so. I think the 80s just had a lot more sarcasm. Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. I seriously agree with you, Lenora. I seriously do. Don't know why Old West backcountry rural is not right or wrong, just different. I'm new to live, so I interpret wrong a lot. Well, it is hard though, CJ, if you're not, being on live and stuff, the trolls. I mean, the trolls. I mean, but that being said, like me and Lenora have talked before, about some things. Some of those trolls have ended up being, I mean, they end up they've subscribed and they have apologized or they have said, oh, usually I, come in trolling, but he was like, but they're like, he or she, whoever, are like, but you're really nice, or whatever, or oh, you're cool, whatever. And I just really don't have a whole lot of trouble with trolls. I just don't. But one of the first times I was on here, and and I'm a Christian, and you know, but I'm not like down your throat, whatever. But I totally rebuked him on here because it was like, no, I'm not, that's not what I'm here for. And so, I can't change the world, but I have jokingly said I can change it one troll at a time. So, so no, I mean, it's okay. I just don't want my guests to have to deal with it. I know. Oh my gosh, it did. I know it did, but this time I'm covered. I'm covered. I'm saying I'm covered. Lord Jesus, I'm covered. you know. But anyway, for the most part, I really honestly have not had trouble. I mean, and if I do, ping. That's what I do. because I can. I mean, and I give them a warning a lot of times if it's something where they've just kind of missaid something or whatever. Because one guy was started cussing around. It's like, no, I don't have time for that. I mean, you lost me, with whatever. It's like, can you just speak English and just have some decent words? I mean, I don't know. I just don't have time for it. I can understand with your line of work. I can totally see it. I totally hear you, totally feel you. And no, not ever a cop, not ever done anything with that, nothing. But I can totally understand what you're saying. Totally understand it. And yeah, it would be hard to get out of that mode whenever you've had to be on it. Totally get it. But I appreciate you. I mean, I appreciate. Yes. And yes, I mean, if you have a certain, yeah, because that's one thing why on here it's like, and you kind of touched on it earlier too, Chosen, whenever somebody had mentioned, being called, suburban white trash or whatever it was that they said, it's like words are words. And I mean, yes, once they're out there, they're out there. You can't take them back. They're in the universe forever. So, I mean, whatever ill things you say, I mean, but it is all in how you react to it and how, some people just aren't as strong that way mentally. Some people are in a lull to where they can't handle those types of things. They're more sensitive or they've had certain things happen, whatever. But, you know, it, that's why with the trolls on here with me, I don't care. I ignore them. But the people that are in here visiting with me, I don't want them to have to deal with it because it's supposed to be a pleasant place to come, relaxing, nice, stress-free, safe place, you know? And sometimes they come off wrong until you realize that's how they talk. Yeah. And getting to know people is just getting to know people, though, too. Yeah, I know. I know, Lenora. It's okay. More of a spammer than anything, but that's okay. Being a cop is just a job. I chose it. I wasn't forced to do it, and I loved it, but it's not what people think. Not run and gun and all the time. Not run and gun all the time. Lots of donuts. Still funny. Yes, it is. Oh, gosh. Yeah, because as soon as I seen that, I was like, oh, here she, right here, she's gonna be. But it also depends on where you're at, CJ. I mean, and I love me some good donuts. Oh my gosh. Well, around here that is the running joke. You know, cops and donuts, and I think that's everywhere. I think that's just going to be blanketed, whatever. But really, seriously, it just depends on what area you're in and stuff, though, too. I mean, the cops here in my real little country hick town, you know, they think they're, little Chicago or something, and it's like, no, you ain't got nothing. We don't have anything here. We hardly ever have anything. I mean, we just don't. We don't have crime. And so if you would throw them into a bigger city, they would know. And I'm not being disrespectful, but I'm just saying I know the people and I know how they are and I know how they act and their attitudes and stuff. It's not great. And they're a big fish in a little pond, you know, and they have these little attitudes that it wouldn't save their butt. I mean, if they were in a big city situation of any kind or whatever, any kind of situation. So, and who doesn't love a good donut? You are right, Lenora. Man, eating your donuts. Oh my gosh. So, but like I said, I don't want her to be disrespectful even to them, but it's just, you know, there's good and bad, and no matter where you're at, of what you're doing, what anything, it doesn't matter, you know. Any line of work, any type of business, any kind of anything, you know, there's good and bad and all everything. So, oh yeah. And you know, I really shouldn't say anything because I mean, I'm not in that field and I couldn't do it. I mean, it would be hard. Not disrespectful at all. I get it. Trauma is perspective. Also, people in the north are very direct if they have an issue, so I wouldn't be so slickish towards her if that how I felt. I grew up in a small town, so my mom and dad actually went to school with our police officers. Well, in my area, I'm just gonna say it. In my area, at one point in time, that's very much what it was. It was for the attention of other people. I mean, they just, as soon as they became a figure that way, then it was about that and it wasn't about anything else. It was about how it looked for them and how they were, and it was a mess. It was a really bad mess. I mean, that's all I'm gonna say. It was, yeah. And it was people that were around my age, around my brother's age, you know, stuff. And I mean, there has been a lot that has changed now, you know, but as far as, yes, a lot has changed now, but it's still a little bit that way. So, well, it isn't so much of how I feel, it was about things that were happening, you know. and that they were getting away with and stuff like that too. And yeah. And it makes it very hard for the good ones. Very hard for the good ones, you know? Yeah. I wouldn't be fun, Lenora. Nope, wouldn't like that. Well, and with it being that you're living in a small town and it's so rural, and then you have people that have money compare, for the area you live in, and then you have family that's in the mix of some of those other offices and things like that. It's like it gets to. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yes, it is. And Sam, he's come in and he said, I'm going on in 15 minutes or in 5 minutes. Less hard or scary. Never was scared of getting hurt. At the end of my career, was scared of getting sued and even being right. Losing everything we worked to build. Losing the farm, literally. Oh, well, you see, that's one thing that I felt so bad with during that time period, of like the last 5 years. It was like everything. I mean, I had clients that had their children that were police officers in Nashville whenever a lot of stuff was happening in Nashville. And I mean, it was like they were doing everything wrong. They were the ones being put. It was like they were just supposed to let the criminals do whatever. And they were the ones being sought out like they were the criminal. And I knew these people. And it's like, I can understand that, being afraid of you were going to lose your job because you did your job. I brought up the time because someone said they're from Pakistan in here and wanted to know the difference from them. Oh, yeah. So yeah, I feel for that. Yeah, that was a mess. That was a mess. He ended up leaving. He ended up leaving, and his dream was to be a police officer. That's what he wanted. He wanted to do it, and that's what he wanted. And longer works for the police department because he was like, it wasn't worth it. He could potentially lose everything. If something just right happened, or the just right call, or the just whatever situation would happen, you would never know. And he'd be the one put on trial for actually doing his job. But then there are those ones out there that they aren't on such the good side, and they get away with everything. It's just crazy, crazy, and it's so sad, so sad. So, because we just had an incident that's not very far from me, that it's probably about an hour and a half away, I guess. Where, yeah, someone, a police officer wasn't so good, and some things happened, and but he's actually, I mean, he actually is, he did get caught with all of his stuff, I guess, and whatever, and so they are, I mean, he's no longer a police officer or anything, but so that was at least one thing that, you know, he's been taken off the streets of that, and so. Okay, I better get off here because Sam's wanting to get on, so. And it's getting late. Later. It's after midnight. It isn't the latest I've been out, so. But. Oh, goodness. I'm starting to lose my voice. I've been talking too much. So, okay, well, I'm going to get off of here. I am so glad that everybody got to hop on with me tonight. I am so glad I got to meet you, CJ. And I hope that we get to chat again. And thank you for sharing. I so appreciate it. And thank you for all of your service out there that you have done in protecting people. So I know I couldn't do it. So tell Sam you've been kind of cutting out so he's prepared. Yes, I know. Yeah, because I have cut out a couple times. So, because I had to kind of, yeah, I had to redo me there a little bit. So, yep, I'll let him know. But yeah, so just in time. So, okay. Well, I'll see y'all later. Everybody have a great night. Love y'all. Take care. Happy Thanksgiving. And we will talk again soon. Good night. Well, thank you so much, Chosen. I appreciate that. Thank you. That is some good info. Good night. You crack me up.